everybody. Coulter Brown here from the Northern Ag Network. We're coming to you again from the Western Sustainability Exchange's Expanding Markets Conference in Billings, really diving into regenerative ag systems and some of the developing markets and new things that producers are trying. I'm joined here by Roger Indreland of Big Timber. Roger's the board chairman of Western Sustainability Exchange, and I just want to get some of your thoughts, Roger, as a producer who's trying some of these things, very involved with the market. You know, we talk about regenerative ag, and it's a growing movement, I think, but not necessarily a new thing. You've been doing a lot of these practices for years before maybe the regenerative ag term was coined. And so what does that mean to you, I guess, is the question I'd ask.
Yeah, Coulter, I appreciate that, and appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot to get our message out, and we're excited to see you guys here. We're excited to see good attendance here. I guess in a nutshell, I struggle with how to define regenerative agriculture, and that's one of the big questions. But in a nutshell, to me, it's really kind of making these systems, our ranching and farming systems, a little more resilient, and that starts with soil health. And of course, the Expanding Markets Conference here is an effort to connect people that are doing alternative markets and connecting those dots. And you know, I hate to think that we're going to reinvent the supply chain or anything, because I don't think we need to. That's already in place. But we also do need to connect our food system with our consumers and maybe make that a little tighter connection. And so that's a big part, I think, of the idea.
Well, when we think of regenerative ag, maybe another term is just good stewardship is what we're trying to do and always improve. But here, this is the Expanding Markets Conference, and so there are economic opportunities to get paid for some of the things we're doing. We're hearing about things like agritourism and carbon markets and direct marketing beef. So for the producers engaged in some of this stuff, there is a way to financially benefit from it.
There definitely is, and there definitely is for the people that really want to work on those markets and put the extra effort in. There is opportunity there. It seems like the consumer is really starting to, there is markets there. I remember when we first started, you know, we'd struggle to find customers. And today you interview different restaurants or small stores, and they're like, well, if you can supply it, we can sell it. So I think the consumer demand is shifting a little bit. On the other hand, you know, as far as finding those premiums, that's a great way to make that work economically. Another thing, regenerative agriculture, at the end of the day, if you kind of practice those things, it's really about inflation-proofing your operation and capitalizing on natural assets and natural systems.
You bet. Well, Roger, there's a lot going on here, really kind of expanding our mindsets to be here, but appreciate you having us and what you're doing here for producers.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys being here.
Stay with us. We'll be back to look at today's markets right after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Welcome back to the Ag Report, folks. Let's take a look at our markets here, where yesterday was actually a pretty quiet day in the cattle futures, but feeders have gained back a lot of money. About 60% of their losses from this summer have been retaken, their highest point since early August. So feeder contracts looking a little better. Going forward this week, it'll probably depend on what the cash market does. Last week, that market was steady to $2 higher. Most of your live sales coming in here from $182 to $185, dress trade $288 to $292. We do have heavier carcass weights that could help with a correction lower, as this market has been trading higher, but we'll have to wait to see how the week works out. Now at Miles City Livestock this week, we saw 6-weight steers selling from $275 to $281, the 750 to 850 pounders $250 to $260. In the heifer trade, 7 weights bringing $245 to $262, the 8-weight heifers $225 to $238. A big lamb sale in Bowman this week, 60-pound lambs at $181, your 70-pounders $167 for an average, 80-pound lambs averaging $165. And in the grain market, some decent gains able to retake the losses that were seen on Tuesday. U.S. wheat export demand has rebounded very nicely from 50-year lows last year, up 34% year to date. Now, Russian dominance of the world market is still keeping a bit of a lid on prices, and the basis is working against us on our cash markets. Winter wheat cash prices down about $1 from last year. Spring wheat $1.30 to $1.50 lower, and durum prices more than $3 lower from where they were last year. Well, thanks for joining us for this morning's market report. From the Northern Ag Network, I'm Coulter Brown. We'll see you later on Northern Ag TV.